Hey guys, around here with another awesome deck of the week. This week, as you guessed by this mat, this isn't done yet. This is custom I'm working on. Tell me what you guys think about it. Obviously, this isn't the final print, but just a little preview of print out to see how it looks on this bake mat. Anyways, probably guessed, we are finally going to show you my scrap deck. So, let's get to it. Alright. First of all, I think the edge of this deck, people say Chimera, but definitely saying triple golem, triple searcher. Now, a lot of people gonna run like 1-2 golems, maybe 1-2 searchers, maybe. I say a lot better, a lot more efficient with 3 of each, because golems, you get these back off dragons, you sink into new dragons, sink into his twin. Use his ability to put a goblin on their side for OTK. Wipe the field with this guy. He's such a good card. And these, I'm just gonna explain real quick for those of you that don't know him. Basically, whenever a scrap gets destroyed, any way, shape, or form, special summon it. When it comes out, it destroys all non-scrap monsters on that side of the field. So, any scrap monster dies, which, if you know scraps, they basically destroy everything. You get +1, and you can use Golem's effect to, once per turn, revive the scraps on one side of the field. Bam, give it to your opponent, and they just blow up all their cards, unless they're playing scraps, in which case you wouldn't do that. So yeah, insane pluses off these once you start destroying stuff, and these guys just start so much. Alright, let's look more into the other stuff. Let's get the guy. Alright, tuners, 3 gobbies, 3 robo-kitties. Scrap tuners, basically, if they get destroyed by a scrap effect, you could bring 1 scrap monster back to your hands, aside from himself. Goblin's a lot better for this because he's essentially a wall. You can't kill my battle, you have to actually target him when he's face-up in the defense mode, and then when that happens, he auto-destructs. You add your scrap back to your hand, and you're probably going to close off one of these guys. At least one. Because if you didn't know, these do stack. You can play them at the same time. So yeah. Gobby's probably the most stable tier in the deck. Well, Beast, it's both a beat stick, and helps a lot because this deck makes 4s easily. And when you go him out, he makes the twin dragons. Of course, the other essential part of scraps is Mr. Chimera. I only have 2 of them right now. I'm supposed to be getting a 3rd from trade from somebody I made that trade for a while ago, as in almost a month ago, but it's not a ripper. He didn't receive my cards last week. I'm just really slate trade, I'm guessing, so we'll be getting a 3rd one, and I don't know if I'm going to be using it, depends. Still experimenting a lot, but yeah. He's the junk sync around the deck. Summon, bring back tuner, sync. Awesome quick synchros. Right, non-scrap stuff. Got 2 cybers in here for speed. Basically special, bring out a goblin that you go into your dragon, bring out beast going to your twin dragon, turn 1 easy good synchro. Plus the fact that he's the machine means that you can use Chimera Tech in here. Power Giant also helps with this. His effect is, he's a new guy. You discard 1 level 4 little monster, special summon him from your hand, which could potentially set up your goblins or your searchers or whatever, and then his level drops by that out. So like, say that you're discarding a searcher, he go to level 5, once again bring out beast for twin, goblin for dragon or stardust or whatever, makes quick synchros. It's great. And he's a 22 beat stick, so his attack is pretty good. Alright, got Card Trooper and Weapon Jar for draw power. Of course, Trooper's good because you're going to be milling your searchers and whatever back into your grave. Same reason, ditch your hand of useless stuff and then draw into good cards. Although useless barely ever happens in this deck. It's 4 pluses. You got Love Leader, who basically feeds off of the dragons, feeds off of the golems and power invaders to keep on coming back as fodder for tributing for destruction effects. And finally, rounding up the lineup is 3 Battle Faders. Because I finally got my Faders. These were originally Scrap Scarecrows, which are awesome too, but Fader is a little bit better because it provides field presence and gives you another target to nuke for your dragons. Right, move on to Spell Traps. One scrapyard lets you add scrap tuner to your deck. To your hand from the deck. I don't really like it any more than one unless you're running a lot more tuners, but I think that with the draw power for this deck, you only need one. But Foolish, of course. Quickly bury your searches, quickly put your chimeras in the grave so you can fetch them with your tuners. Bury golems for once you get your dragons out, so you can just have the target to revive. Pretty good. Scrap Storm. Oh my god, this card's so good. So it's a little complex. I'm going to explain it step by step. First, you target a scrap on your field. You send one scrap from your deck to your grave, draw one card, and then destroy the scrap that you selected. So ideally, you're going to be using this with the tuner, with the searcher in the grave. Target the searcher, target the tuner. Discard Chimera would probably be your best bet. Searcher comes out at the end, you get a +1 from drawing, and when your tuner gets destroyed, you add Chimera back to your hand from the tuner effect. So this is like great +2, and it basically changes to anything. You can get around Book of Moon, you get around Bottomless, Black Rose, anything that destroys it. Just because priority, it's really, really good. More defensive side, in case you can't attack for some odd reason. Got 3 books in here. My buys a shield for protection. And of course 2 standards, Dark Hole and Monster Reborn. Though I also need Dark Hole in this deck, that's just how much it destroys. Of course we got Call Haunted. Trench of Tribute, also great for plussing so much. Like, even if you're not going to get your scrap effects up from it, you're still going to get your searchers out of it. So like, you could potentially +3 out of this if you have all your searchers in the grave. You have 2 Bottomless for destruction, and rounding out the deck, 2 Dark Coffins, which is another tech card for scraps. This thing, if it gets destroyed, your opponent gets to either choose to discard 1 card from their hand at random, or select 1 monster on their side of the field and destroy it. So you're gonna, ideally, I'll show you the scraps dragons in a second to tell you what they do, but they're essentially going to be targeting this, targeting their spell trap card, whatever, and basically you're going to be getting rid of a card and discarding, or getting rid of a card and getting rid of a monster. Turns +1s and +2s. Alright, get the Synchro deck. Of course, like I said before, I started mentioning these guys. We got the Scrap Dragons, we got 2 twins, 1, 2, 3 dragons. Might be playing with 3rd, I should be getting in the middle eventually, but I think 2 is blue enough for this. Scrap Dragons, like I said, their effects basically, once per turn you could target 1 card on your side of the field and varies between the 2, but Scrap Dragon is target 1, Twin is target 2. Then you destroy your card, and you destroy the 1 for Scrap, or bounce their 2 back to your hand for Scrap Twin. This is great for clearing the field. Change so much to your scraps, like destroy stuff to get searchers, destroy your tuners to get stuff back to your hand. Dark Coffins, like I just said, so many combos you can pull off with this. And of course, when they get destroyed by your opponent, you can revive 1 non-synchro scrap monster. So, get your Goblin back for a defense wall, get your Golems back to start the loop again, taking more of these guys. Just crazy, crazy synergy. And of course, they do work with the tuners that the tuner gets destroyed by scrap effect. Pop back to Synchro deck and you have more pluses. Deck pluses so much. You also got 2 Scrap Archfiends. Basically in here, just basic beat sticks, and because with Chimera's effect you have to go for a scrap, so if you only have a Goblin in there, go into him and just beat face down. Plus once again it's a scrap, so you get pluses off the searchers. On scraps, we got 1 Red Archfiend, clear the field. 2 Stardust on the weird occasion that you might want to protect yourself. 2 Roses in case you can't nuke the field fast enough. Catastor for level 5. Armory Arm because this does make 4s with the Goblin and the Searchers. And then you put in a Dragon and deal more damage. And finally, Chimera Tech because you are running a decent amount of machines in here between the Cybers, which you can chain to anything, the Card Trooper, Synchro's Catastor, Armory Arm. There's a couple of machines in here, so it does work. Yeah, that's why it's a good card. Right, so that is my scrap deck right now. It's always changing, so don't expect this to be the exact version you see me, but this, I just like the deck. It's so synergetic, it pluses so much. Either I usually win with it, or just make the match so long and drawn out that I can eventually come back and win. It's really, really good, really consistent deck, unless you get a bad draw, which never happens. So yeah, this is my epic scraps. Man in the making. Tell me what you guys think about it. We'll eventually be on this white mat. And this is me signing out and stuff. Until next I post. Peace out, YouTubes.